Hi, I'm Sumaru and welcome to my channel. In today's video we are going to continue with my Landgraab Mansion Reimagined series. This is part 2. We are finishing the mansion today. It is going to be a little bit longer than yesterday, so let's jump immediately into it. I will be linking yesterday's video up here. If you missed that, give that a watch. But let's get into the speed build. Now, as per all my builds, we are starting this one out in the kitchen. I'm trying to keep the same vibe as what I had on the outside, on the inside, trying to keep it a little bit cohesive. But I do change some of the colors of the texture around. So as you can see with the metal, instead of like that grayish greenish color, I'm going for a proper green. I really want to use green in this house. That was my idea from the beginning. I might be biased because green is my favorite color, so I tend to use a lot of green and yellows in my build. But I think this works. I mentioned yesterday in my previous video that I wanted to bring a lot of green on the indoors of the house. I'm also placing a lot of plants. We are in the desert, so I can't really place a lot of those types of plants on the outside. But I wanted a lot of greenery, so I am bringing that in on the indoors. You will especially see that coming to life in this little breakfast dining area that I am currently busy with. Well, actually currently I'm busy with the laundry, but it's still in the same proximity. Now, working around those platforms in the pillars, that was a nightmare. You will see me removing them a couple of times, and then eventually I just removed the platform itself. It became so frustrating. Nothing wanted to place, and the moment that you place something else, they would just delete, even with move objects on. I don't know why. It's very irritating. It's never happened to me before. This entire house was just full of weird glitches that I've never experienced before. Like that, and in the previous build, I'm still experiencing it. It's like a building glitch, where if you draw lines, like if you try to draw the walls, your mouse will just automatically hit to like the left hand corner. It is infuriating. It's absolutely infuriating. Now, as you know, that I placed an angled roof in the kitchen with a glass roof going through it. I had to then make sure when I'm placing my lights that I'm placing them, that I don't have floating lights. I almost forgot about that, but luckily I didn't. Now, yeah, you probably saw me scaling down some counters and then placing the appliances on there. That is just a little build hack. If you scale down countertops and you place the cheap countertops, just do them, and you place the equipment on them, if you don't place them too far back on the counters, they are still functional and it looks a lot better. So yeah, though, that ice cream and popcorn machine, completely functional. The coffee machine on the opposite side, completely functional, and it also looks a lot better. They aren't awkwardly placed apart, which I don't understand with why the Sims team made them function that way. I really hope that when The Sims 5 comes out, that we are not just that the entire grid system goes away. It's dated, honestly. I think we need like an option to use the grid, but overall it's like a no. Now, you would see me just placing a little seat in front of the fireplace. I don't want to place like a full couch. That's just a little place where, I don't know, you can sit and maybe have your coffee while tying your shoes, or I don't know what Nancy does, but that's a place where she can just do something. And now, in the dining area, you would also see that I placed 2 tables together. I really want large tables in this game, but unfortunately the Sims team hasn't given us any like actual large tables since The Sims 1. It's quite sad, especially with mansions and like large builds and like things like that. You don't always want to use the tiny skinny tables. They don't always look nice in large open spaces. They tend to drown. So I just decided to place 2 wooden tables together. They blend in quite well, thankfully, because of the patterns on the wood itself, and it doesn't really bother me. That is the largest that you can go, though I do imagine that Nancy throws a lot of parties, be it dinner parties or be it just normal get-togethers. I feel Nancy, she's the it girl in the neighborhood, and she wants everybody to know that. So there's a lot of spaces for that, like that dining area, and then on the opposite side I do place like a bar area and like a beautiful seating space around the fireplace and the bar, but we are not there yet. We will get there in a bit. Now, this little seating space that I'm doing here, this is my breakfast nook. Oh, that's how I like to imagine it. I feel you don't always want to sit at a dining table and eat, and here, this is just the convenient place for that, and also so that you can still be social. There's a beautiful large coffee table in the middle where you can have your finger foods or whatever you are having, where you can place your drinks. So yeah, that's just what I'm building here, and then I'm just filling it out with some plants. And then that beautiful lamp, I think it came with one of the kits. It might be a stuff pack, I don't know. We get so many packs in The Sims that I sometimes forget where certain items come from. Now we move to the opposite side of the build. I just made a little room for my alcoholic beverages, well, Nancy's alcoholic beverages. Just imagine that that is the windows. They are doors that can open. We don't have anything like that, like sliding doors that go all the way to the roof. And also didn't want to place normal front doors. I thought that it would be weird, and I really wanted it to be like a sliding door. It also would have looked really nice if we had windows without edges, but I think that's just wishful thinking. That's not really gonna happen in the game very soon. I think in The Sims 3 we only got those edgeless, like rimless windows in the future pack. And that was the last pack that came with The Sims 3. So maybe we will get beautiful edgeless windows in The Sims 4 when it's the last pack as well. I really hope not. That would suck. Like, honestly, that would be so bad. Now, yeah, I'm doing that little seating area around the bar that I talked about earlier. You probably saw that I only placed 2 bar stools next to the bar. That is because I am placing these little seats that it's just a little bit more of a comfortable sitting space, and I think it makes the place look more lived in than just having an entire bar with 4 bar stools in a house. It doesn't work. So that was what I was going for. I just wanted it to be a little bit more homey, a little bit more stylized. And again, I'm just filling everything up with some plants. And of course, the drinks tray. And then flowers on the little coffee table. We need the greenery in this house. We just do. It's just too important. Now, I'm going around painting the rest of the house or the downstairs area before I decide to place my TV area. You also probably saw that I was testing out the lighter wood. I do change the entire house to that lighter wood later on. I did mention it yesterday in my build as well, but yeah, it just looks better. This dark wood is not really a vibe for me. I don't necessarily like it. I think it looks kind of bad. It makes the place look dark. I don't even know why I decided to place it in the first place. I hate that wood tone. I never use that wood tone. I always use the lighter one or the cats and dogs woods. But yeah, for some reason, when building this house and just pre-placing floors, I placed that. It was a bad idea, a very, very bad idea. Now, in this TV area, I made really large lounging sofas. This is my first time doing this in the build, like placing two of those lounge chairs next to each other. I got the inspiration from watching one of Ashley Tisdale's like home tour things, but not the recent one that happened a couple of years ago for Vanity Fair. Yeah, it was Vanity Fair, and she has these she had this beautiful like cinema couch, and it was absolutely stunning, and I just wanted it, and it was really large, lounging, beautiful, and it just looks so soft and comfortable. So that's what I kind of had in mind when I placed those sofas originally in the TV area. It doesn't really have the texture, but it is giving off the vibe. Now, as you can see in the spare bedroom that I'm like doing, this is more of, went more for like a warmer tone with the walls. When it came to the concrete, I made it more of a sandy color and not the grey or the white that I turned it to later on. This just feels a lot more homey. I did consider painting the entire indoors of the house this color, but I didn't like it. So I made it white. At the moment, all the concrete in the house is like a dark grey, but I do turn it to a white later on. And now, in the spare bedroom, back to the spare bedroom, I am just placing around this little, like, I don't know, if you want to make little notes or something, there's a little drawing desk for the guest, I guess. Now doing the bathroom. This bathroom layout is very weird. It is like, I don't know, it looks like one of those Tetris blocks. I wasn't too sure how I was going to do the layout in this build, but in the end it did come out quite nicely. I changed the metal color in this bathroom from the green that we see in the rest of the house to more of like a maroon color or like a bronzy color. I don't really know what you would call it. It's a very warm color. I think it matches the bedroom a bit more. There I'm placing it now. This is the only place in the house where I use that color though. I did want to change it because it's not really cohesive to the rest of the house, but by placing the green carpet, it worked. I was like, okay, no, I'm sold. I'm not going to change it. It actually looks quite nice. But red and green, they usually look nice, so I'm not really surprised there. Now we are placing the outside deck area. This is the front deck with the, like, that's kind of in front of the pond. This is another sitting, eating area as well. As I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of these little spaces in this house. I think, like, I believe that Nancy is a massive, massive entertainer. She loves to just have people. Yeah, I know I said that before, and I will keep on saying that. But Nancy entertains. Nancy loves to entertain. This is her passion. This is why she built this house. Even though I built it. But we can say that Nancy built it. We can give her the credit. Even though I do not think that she has any actual style. Yeah. Poor Nancy. Shame. She's just rich. But again, we are here to talk about the build. I don't know why I keep on going off topic and talking about like Nancy or like random things like that. Even though it is Nancy's house, so I can see, I don't know. Now I'm going around, yeah, here I'm changing the wood. I make it a bit lighter. Immediately, it's like an instant difference in this house. I'm going around on the upstairs now. I'm also just placing the rest of the paint all around it. This room that I just did, that is Malcolm's bedroom. I like the way Malcolm's bedroom came out. I gave him like a blue and a yellow tone. It's also different from the rest of the house, but it's a nice difference, and it also kind of like blends in. I forget to do Nancy's like wooden to change her floor here, but I do change it a bit later when I actually go to Nancy's bedroom. That will be in a sec. I'm just going around just placing some lights so that I don't have to go back later on and do that again, because I have done this a couple of times in this build already. I had to stop what I was doing just so that I can place some lights. It's not a vibe. I tend to forget that Malcolm is still a teenager a lot of the time. Especially when I just started like decorating his room, and then I remembered, oh yeah, but this is a teenager, so I changed his room up a bit. I give him a lot of gaming things. The posters that I placed, I feel really just blends well. You would also see that I gave him 2 gaming consoles. I know that's pointless. They have the same games, but I like to imagine that he is playing Xbox and PlayStation. So he's one of those kids. He's got both. And his mom bought it for him. So yeah, why not? And then I also gave him those Dream Home Decorator like container boxes in yellow and blue, obviously. Nancy, even though his color scheme in his bedroom is a bit different, she's still on it. She's keeping to the theme. She's keeping to his bedroom theme. Now, I really like this blue and yellow. It's not really a color that I would have thought necessarily to place together, but that bed just worked. And then obviously the carpet just worked with it. But I think they are from the same pack. I think that's like the industrial kit pack. So kit pack. I don't know why I keep on saying pack afterwards. It's just a kit. It's just a kit. There's no packs. I'm sorry. So used to it. Kits will be the death of me. Now, you probably noticed also a lot of this build is me trying to figure out what shade I want the concrete floors to be. I can't decide between the grey and the sand tone, even though I keep on going with the sand tone. So I don't even know why I'm like going around trying to see what works and what doesn't. I like Malcolm's bathroom. I like his shower. I like that divider that I placed, but it's not really touching a wall. I like to imagine that he's got one of those open showers. It looks cool. It looks trendy. And then I also just put his toilet in its own little separate area. I didn't want you to climb out of the shower and then the toilet's like right there, and then it's like weird and wet and ugh, no. Now, this little area next to his bathroom that I turn into the sauna. Nancy will have a sauna. Nancy has her entire gym, in this house. She has got a spa. She's got like massage tables on the outside. I think I gave her like a couple of manicure and pedicure stools. One of them is on the balcony. This little office space that I'm doing here, this is where the gym and the spa is that I just told you about. This entire space moves to where the fireplace is now, where the fireplace currently is on the upstairs area. I delete that fireplace, and then, yeah, I put a wall there, but that will happen at the end of the build, and then I just move everything just over. Now, you also saw a bit earlier me like alt placing just some books in the cabinet and then just changing things up. I took one of the plants, like the base game plants, just so that I can use its base around one of the plants in that bookshelf. Nancy's bedroom, I see that we have finally reached that monstrosity. I like the way that it came out now, but oh my god, did this bedroom take me a long while. You probably saw the little jump there as well. I cut out everything. I couldn't find a bed that I wanted to work with the space. I knew that I wanted the green, but a lot of the green bedding and things that we have, they just not vibe. So I went with this island living bed. It's not necessarily my favorite, but it works and it blends with the wall that I wanted to use as well, the metal wall. I did play around with that metal wall as well a lot, tried all kinds of different tones and different colors, but I kept on going back to the green because my initial thing was, this is Nancy's house. She put in all this green everywhere else. She's gonna want this in her bedroom as well. She's not gonna have like just some random color in her bedroom all of a sudden. I wanted the green. I feel like she was very adamant about having the green, so yeah. Thankfully, the island living bed worked, and it gave us some proper swatches that that blends with the wall. I then use those beautiful light fixtures from Paranormal Stuff to just as like bed lights, but we are like long gone out of that bedroom already. We are in the bathroom. I am so behind. Pay no mind to those sinks. They change. I know they look very ugly, but they do change. Believe me. Now, I was also very nicely surprised, like pleasantly surprised, with those carpets blending perfectly with the wall. I know it might be a little bit like it might be a lot of green, but it's fine. We need a lot of green. I changed the doors here, and then I placed the bathtub onto a platform. This was my initial idea originally, but it didn't work out, so that's why I just placed a double door on the opposite side. But I came back to this idea. It was at the back of my head the entire time while I was building the bathroom, so in a way I always knew that I was going to place the platform again. Love placing platforms in bathrooms and just elevating the bathtub a bit. I do it in a lot of my builds. So that's something that I tend to do. It just looks nice. It makes the bathroom look elevated and classy and inviting, and like you want to just, I don't know, get the rose petals out and just soak yourself. I think Nancy will use the spa day soaks a lot in that bathtub. Definitely. I then also place her toilet in its own little separate area. We don't want to look at a toilet. No. Nancy says no. So yeah, we go back and I change these zincs. I just change it to, yeah, this wood tone just to bring the woods back around again. I think it looks a little bit better. I then just place some copper zincs in the middle. Now, when I'm done placing all of the clutter around here, I think we go to Nancy's indoor closet space. I made it so that you walk through the bathroom into the closet. It's an inspiration that I took from where I worked before. As I've mentioned a couple of times, I worked in the hospitality industry before I was able to pursue this that I am pursuing now, which is my YouTube channel. So in my previous working space, the walk-in closets. You had to walk through the bathroom area. So that was kind of the inspiration that I took here. This room is very dark. I don't know why. That one little light is supposed to be sufficient. I do add another light later on, but doesn't really change anything. And those LED lights didn't change anything at all. They came with high school years, so just place them in the kitchen. Now, yeah, they are placing just an extra light. It, like I said, it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't really help. I place some candles. It's a vibe, but it's a dark vibe. But yet, this place still looks really, really pretty. I like the way that this cabinet kind of like came out. I didn't really know what I wanted to place in those little squares, so I went to just placing some shoes. I hate that you can only place shoes on one slot, that it only slots on one side. Like, what is that? I never understood that. Even when Dream Home Decorator came out, I was like, what is this? Like, why is this a thing? It makes no sense. So I had to place a bunch and then just all place it in, the shoes next to it. That's the only way that you can work around it. It's frustrating, but that is The Sims for you. There's a lot of frustration in The Sims sometimes. A lot of work around, but we still love this game. I absolutely love this game. This is my favorite game. I've been playing this game for years. I've been playing it since The Sims 1. I've mentioned that as well, like a couple of times. Now, here I'm placing those beautiful wicker, like that wicker set that came with the teen pack. Yeah, the teen pack. It is quite new. I love that hanging chair. It just adds the right type of vibe to that little patio area where Nancy and Jeffrey can just go and sit and relax. So yeah, I'm moving the office space over to the staircase area. I am also going to change the door to the sauna. I think I changed it to like a glass paneling door. It just made more sense. I don't think you would actually want a normal solid door into the sauna. I think that could be quite dangerous. So yeah, I changed it to this paneling door, and then I just create also my own double door with the same panel door because we don't have anything like that in the game. And some of the other doors panelings, they're just too big, or there's no swatch that matches. So yeah, you just create your own. Now, this is one of the pedicure or manicure sections. I can't remember what stool this is, but it's the fancy one. So I put that, like I placed that in that little corner. I think that was quite appropriate for it. I then also just line it out with the mirrors that come with Spa Day as well, with the light behind it, making it look and feel fresh. This is what we are going for. We want you to feel comfortable when gymming or when getting your nails done. Sorry, my cat is coming here for a little visit. This is Morgana. She's a cutie. She was sleeping on the bed and she just woke up, and I'm not gonna get up now and open the door, so she's gonna have to wait for only 2 minutes, and in this video it will come to an end, this people. Then she can go into freedom, Morgana. You will experience freedom. But let's leave Morgana at that. I think you might hear some purring. I am sorry. Very sorry. Morgana just wants love and attention. She's blind, so I can't say no. She's a cutie. Well, she's not completely blind. She's like 20% blind, but still, shame. Now, let's go back to the world. Let's leave Morgana to patrol around on my seat. Let's just let her say hello again. Bye, baby. Such an angry cat. But yeah, I'm placing on that little patio area that we have. I'm turning that into, well, that little hallway, outside hallway area. I am turning that into like a little massage area, and then I place just a stereo on there, giving them the vibes, filling it out with some plants. This is Nancy's tranquil area. After she jumped, she will get her masseuse out, and he comes and he does he massages her on her little I don't know what's going on with my language today. I'm sorry. I've mentioned before, I'm Afrikaans. And some days, I don't know, I think like people who aren't like English speaking people constantly, I think you probably understand what I'm going through at this moment. And it's causing me a lot of anxiety. Like, you have no idea. I've stopped this video so many times just because of that. Just because of my language. Like barrier, and yeah, and me overthinking about it is just making it worse. It's just making it worse. It's making me stutter more. I'm so sorry. So sorry. But yeah, I went into the I placed some cheats, and then I got that beautiful mat, and now I'm placing some towels. You need towels. You need to be hygienic. But we're reaching the end of the build. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, like and subscribe. I do post every day, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.